Welcome yogis to today's tutorial for Yin Yoga's saddle pose. You'll need 2 blocks or quite a few sturdy books. It will be quite helpful to have a blanket for support of your knees against the earth and either a bolster or a pillow. Most of these will be options that you can include or not in your practice. Take your 2 blocks or books behind you as if preparing to make a ramp, and then lengthen out your bolster or pillow across the blocks. You can also drape a blanket across the blocks. I like to take a blanket down onto the earth to support my knees and ankles, so you can unfold it as much as you need to support knees and ankles, and then rest your sits bones down between your heels and rest yourself down onto the ramp you've created with bolster and blocks. I'll show quite a few different variations of this pose, as it can be a little bit of a sticky one since it gets into hip, knee, and ankle lower body joints. Energetically, this one also is going to target the spleen and stomach meridians, or the earth element. And it can be quite energizing or awakening as a back bend. So another option, if you would like to have more of an edge, is to remove the bolster or pillow and come directly down onto the blocks. That will lower your upper body by quite a bit, and for most folks that will increase the edge in the quadriceps and the hip flexors and the abdomen, the front side of your body. There's always options in Yin Yoga, in all yoga really, to increase or decrease the edge. So here's an option for those with sticky or tricky spots, particularly for knees or hips. You can take a block or your books between your feet, between your heels, and rest your sits bones onto your blocks. Lean back into the palms of your hands with your fingertips pointed toward the front edge of your mat. If it feels safe for you for your neck spine, you might allow your head weight to fall back between your shoulders. This can also be accomplished by taking a pillow or bolster underneath your sits bones atop of your heels. Here are a few seated options. Everybody's body is shaped a little different. I like the option of sits bones between the heels. Some folks will be resting right on top of their heels, maybe with the knees a little bit wider. And some folks will have the toes pointing out and rest on the big toe edge. So I'm going to draw my sits bones down between both heels, and I have my knees and ankles padded with the blanket. To come all the way down to the deepest edge expression of saddle, rest first onto your elbows, and then without hurry, ease in, come all the way down onto the floor. And option A may be to leave your arms extended alongside your ribs. Find a smooth and soft breath. You may like to take your hands onto your belly or your ribs so you can really tune into your breath rhythm. Smooth your breath. Yin Yoga's earned the reputation of being called meditation in shapes, and so diving into this stillness for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes can really be quite challenging for the mind, particularly in a back bending pose that can be quite energizing. So notice if your mind is challenged by the stillness. A last option, if you want to build in more edge for upper body, might be to take your arms up overhead. And you can pause here for 3 to 5 minutes. As you're ready to work your way out, press first onto elbows, ease out, then into the palms of your hands. Come into a quiet seat. Give your joints a moment to reset and reassess, recalibrate. And then sneak your feet around to the front. You might even want to give your knees a little warming touch. Thank you for joining. Jai Bhagwan.